Danielle was
Canada.
asking when do we think inflation is going to come down?
Isn't it coming down already?
It's starting to come down. We had great numbers there in January, but
you know what stops the CPI from going up? Blowing up Nord Stream 2 and cutting off like a whole bunch of gas supply to the world. That and a war, which doesn't seem to be de-escalating, that should probably bring prices on things down. We're fucked. Like, there's no way. And people are still spending. And right now, like, what's a mortgage rate? A 5-year mortgage rate now? Is it still in the 5s?
5%, yeah.
5%. So things went from you could get it with a 1 in front of it to now a 5 in front of it. And people are like in bidding wars regularly, right?
Yeah.
And still at Harbor 60.
High. Prices are still high. Interest rates are still high. And there's still bidding wars.
Still bidding wars. Still hard to get a reservation at a good restaurant at 8 p.m.
What does that tell you, Danielle? If there's still people out there buying, what does that tell you?
I don't know what that tells me.
Unemployment super low.
People need a place to live.
They need a place to live, but yeah, I was talking to another agent. He's like, there's people getting divorced. There's people that, just sold and they need to buy. So many different reasons, but
immigration, maybe there's some people coming in lately.
Yeah.
No, are you not a proponent of immigration making a difference?
I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
No, but do you think it makes a difference to the market? Yeah.
I don't feel like it's made a difference.
Can they buy a house?
I think that they can. Yeah. Like I work with immigrants all the time. It's just, I don't know if it's making a huge change. I feel like they should let a lot more people in.
More than the 800,000 they let in last year?
We don't have that many people in Canada.
Not in Canada, but the concentration of humans in Canada seem to be narrowly focused to this one little part that's right beside the CN Tower. Yeah.
You have to see the CN Tower when you come to Canada.
If you can't see the CN
this
Tower,
isn't Canada. What are you talking about? We're in like Russia.
I thought that they were letting in immigrants all throughout Canada, though, not specifically.
But who the hell if you were like desperately trying to get out of your country and move somewhere else and they handed you the Saskatchewan card, what would you do?
Run.
Right.
I'd say, yeah, okay, no problem. Thank you very much. And as soon as I landed, I'd be on a bus to Toronto. That would be it,
TK,
to go see my cousin.
See, Danielle, he didn't grow up in Thornhill like we did. He thinks very differently. Of course I did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I think very differently. What do you mean? So
listen to you. You're like all happy. You'd go into like Wheat Town and you'd have fun. And me and Danielle would be like, what is
I grew up in Scarborough. We gotta, we're used to it over there. It's tough streets over there, right?
We need at least
Saskatoon,
Calgary.
no problem. I can handle it.
At least Calgary.
Yeah.
Vancouver.
Oh, everyone's loving Calgary now.
What's going on with Calgary? They have the best marketing campaign in Canada. That's it.
Yeah, they're trying to I have realtors reaching out to me from there saying, sell this pre-con project, and there's people that are actually.
Are you doing it?
I'm not.
No.
Why?
I don't know anything about Calgary. I'm focused on Ontario. I don't know anything about Calgary, and I don't have any clients that want to buy in Calgary. Like my generation, they're not going to move to Calgary because they can't afford anything here. They'd rather rent and just live in Toronto. No one wants to move to Calgary.
If your clients said to you, like, if you had a friend and they were like, look, Danielle, we've got, I work at the post office and my husband works at, the hospital as a nurse. And, we've got jobs that we can go anywhere. And we're thinking about going to Calgary and we'll just start our family there because, we're fine with seeing our family on Zoom and things like that. And we can travel whenever we need to. Like, what would you say to your clients?
If they want to move to Calgary, no problem. I'll refer them to an agent there, help them buy a pre-con there, no problem. But I haven't come across anyone that's wanted to do that.
But it's crazy that people aren't doing that though, right?
A lot of people. How is it crazy? Doesn't it make sense? It should be. Saskatchewan should be like people should be rushing there. The amount of jobs that will be available in Saskatchewan in the coming decade is going to be insane. The price of wheat and things that they grow there is going to go through the goddamn roof in the next decade. And like, it's going to be a boom town, but you still have to live in Saskatchewan. That's the drawback, right?
Yeah.
So Calgary seems to be, and I haven't been there either, from my perspective, seems to be the better of the two. It seems to be a little hipper and cooler, and I don't know, maybe it's just because it's more
Warmer.
expensive. It seems better, right? But like it seems like I would want to live in Calgary over Saskatchewan. But like, who wants to live in New Brunswick or the Yukon or what's the new one called? Nunavut. Who the fuck's moving to Nunavut?
They don't want none of it. Yeah, I think New Brunswick and all those places too, I think are, again, like more people should be moving there. If you have a job, you want to raise your family, you realize that here it's like slave labor working for, you know, somebody else to just pay 50% of your income towards rent or a mortgage payment. Go and enjoy life living in a smaller city somewhere else.
I agree with you guys, but it's very difficult to pick up and leave. All your friends, all your family, all your memories.
New friends, new.
But when you're young, they're still your friends, TK. You need another decade to realize that they're all shit and assholes and liars, and then you can move.
Very true.
I've got associates now.
When you're in your 30s, it's like, fuck everybody, let's go. But then the kids make you stay. Then the kids are like, I got my
friends with those guys because they got the same age kids.
I got to play online with them in the same city. I can't be like in a warm country on a beach online, dad, jerk, wanting to live your dream. So but this is the cycle, right? This is the cycle. It's hard to leave. We talk about it all the time. Like in the States, though, they seem to have no problem picking up and leaving and moving to another state, right?
They have better options.
But they still have family in the original state. And
I mean, to move from New York to Miami.
Well, it's the same people. But when you're you're talking like Nebraska to wherever the hell else, right?
Yeah.
Like people are moving from New York to Idaho. Right, or from Chicago to Dallas now to get a job, right?
I think that's better though than moving from Ontario to Saskatchewan or to Nunavut.
But Saskatchewan's the new Dallas. It's the new Austin. It's just, we're not going to have a tech sector. We're going to have a wheat sector that's booming.
I just looked up.
We should, anyways.
New York to Miami. New York to Miami round trip, $192. Canadian.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's why.
That's cheap.
When people live in the States, they're like, you know what? I fly home for the weekend to go see mom and dad. It's no big deal. That's why those flights are more accessible. The airports are there, and that people can move around.
I've spent a lot of time in LA, Miami, and New York, and very expensive. But in my opinion, better life.
But if you move to like Iowa, you know, and then you just had to go back to visit your friends and family or hang out on the weekend or something like that, it's affordable to do that. We're here, it's not.
I would do that.
You move to Iowa, you get like acreage, right? You get acreage and you get like a gated community and you get like a palace for, you ready? $280, right?
Yeah.
Somehow.
Texas prices are crazy.
What the fuck is going on?
I love Texas.
Yeah, Texas would be where I'd move. I'd move to Texas if I was going to go to anywhere else.
How do they build them like that?
Mexicans.
You see, that's the missing ingredient. Mexicans.
We don't have a Mexican labor force. That's our issue over here.
So who are we bringing in here? Why aren't we the immigration capital of the world, and we're not bringing in enough Mexicans?
The Mexicans are the hardest workers out there. When they say they're going to be done by April 15th, it's done by April 12th.
They have to keep the Mexicans in Mexico because here they make $20 an hour. There they make like $3,
maybe less. Yeah.
If you come here now, you got to make minimum wage, right?
Yeah.
What a fuck up.